This is going to be on Pinnacles and Challenges. I just got done with a class at Rowan College, and it seems like, it's easy to get confused on this because there's a lot going on. But we'll try to go very slowly. If you take somebody born on December the 18th, 1956, and you add up the month and the day, which is the month is December, which is 12, and 18, which is the day, you get the number 30. 12 and 18 equals 30, which is your first pinnacle, which I'm putting right here. Now 30 gets reduced to a 3 in a lot of cases. If you add up 3 and 0, it's 3. Now to get the second pinnacle, you add the day the person's born with the year. So we add 18 and we add 1 and 9 is 10 and 5 is 15. They're in what I call a 21-3 year. So if you go 3 and 18, or 18, 21, 31, it could be considered a 39-3 year, second pinnacle. Because 10, 15, 21, 31, 39, 3 is the total of 18 and 21. So now we take the first pinnacle and the second pinnacle, and that's how you get to the third pinnacle. You go 39 and 30. 30 plus 39 equals 69. But we always reduce it to a lowest number by addition, not subtraction. This is pinnacles, so it's pluses. So if you go 6 and 9, it's 15. 1 and 5 is 6. It's a 6. Reducing the number by addition to the lowest number. Now, to get the fourth pinnacle, you take the month plus the year. So we take December, which is 12, and we take the year, which is 10, 15, 21. 21 and 12 is 33. So we have a 33-6 as the final pinnacle. And this is the way we break it down. So I took the month, which is 12-3, the year, which is 21-3, and I get a 33-6 for the last pinnacle. So that shows you how the various pinnacles are formed. Now, for the challenges, we're doing the opposite. We're taking the month, which is December, and minus the day, which is the 18th. 18 take away 12 is 6. So you have minus 6. That's why it's on the bottom column. Now we're subtracting one from the other. So in the other case, we're reducing numbers by adding them. This time we actually subtracting them. So now the second pinnacle is determined by taking the day that they're born from the year. So 18 minus 21, it's a 21-3 year, is a 3. Now, the way you determine the third pinnacle is you go the first pinnacle minus the second pinnacle. 6 minus 3 equals 3. So in two cases, they have in the second and third challenge, because on the bottom it's challenges, on the top of the top lines like this, it's the pinnacles. These are the pluses, and these are the minuses. Minuses are challenging people or circumstances. To determine the last challenge, we take the month, 12, and we minus it from the year, which is 21. So 12 minus 21, which goes back here to a 21-3, which we got here. 1956, it's up to 21-3. So 12 take away 21 would equal, in one case, 9, which is the last challenge. But also, just to look at it again, and this is how I get additional information. If you look at 21, it's a 3. And if you look at 12, 3. If you went 3 times 3, you have 0. So both apply at the same time. You have a 0 and a 9. And a 9, of course, is letting things go and finishing things and letting the past go. And the challenge would be either 100% a problem, or it would be easy at this point. It's kind of like you could get hit with the kitchen sink, so to speak. Now, how we get the timing? We look at and we add up all the numbers of the entire birthday, and it adds up to a 51/6 life path. How do we get that? December 18th, which is 30, and we know that we're in a 21/3 year. 30 and 21 is 53, 51, 31, 40, 30, 40, 51, 6 life path. And as I explained in classes, there's a universal factor, which is the number 36 for everybody in the world. That's what makes it a universal factor. So we take the number 36 and we take whatever the life path is and we subtract it from 36. So 6 from 36, because we have a 51/6 life path right there. We take the 6 from 36, and the first challenge that we're talking about up here would be from 0 to 30. And the second challenge would be from 30 to 39. You just add 9. And the third challenge would be 39 to 48. And the last one would be 48 to the end of life. And I have it down here. First challenge is 0 to 30. Second challenge, you add 9, 30 to 39. And then you add 9 to 39, and you get 48. That's the third cycle. And 48 to the end of life is the fourth cycle. So this is how everybody determines it. You take your life path, whatever it is. If it's a 1 life path, 1 minus 36 is 35. And that means that 0 to 35 is the basis. And when you go from one cycle to another, something happens in your life, depending on what the numbers are. There's what I call a flip in your life. The way your life was, it no longer is. It's different. And how is it different? It depends on the numbers that are the pinnacle and challenges at the time. Pinnacles is what you can achieve and which comes kind of easy. Challenges are people or circumstances that cause you stress, strain, obligation, or responsibility. But this will give you some idea how we can take a birthday, figure out the pinnacles and challenges, how we can figure out the universal factor minus the life path, whatever somebody's life path is, and come up with the timing. And then once you get the first cycle, you just keep adding 9 for the second cycle and 9 for the third cycle to that, and 9 for the fourth cycle. That's how we go from 30 here to 39 to 48 and 48 to the end of life. And also these numbers also indicate planets and birthdays and letters, which is a secret code from the planets. As an example, the 18th of the month is really, it means Mars or Aries. Which is the planet Aries or Scorpio, and affected by people born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th of any month. And generally a prominent R initial or an I in the name. A prominent I is very, very likely. So that these numbers dictate planets and things, which of course is a much larger study. But that's how I figure out whom and what will cause challenges. As an example, and I'm just being hypothetical, the 6th relates to Taurus or October or Libra people, and those born on the 6th, 15th, or 24th. So if somebody had a 6 challenge, it would have to do with the planet Venus and anybody born on any one of those days or in any one of those months or signs, which is Taurus or October or Libra people. And they would be a challenge in some way to that person's life, even if they caused high maintenance. I'm not talking about whether the person's necessarily good or bad, but if they caused high maintenance, that would be a challenge. And some people benefit or help us. In this case, if somebody has a 3 pinnacle, it would be a Jupiter person, a March or a Pisces or a December or Sagittarius, and those born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th of any month. And these people have 2 pinnacles like this, which is the 3. And then over here, there's a 6 pinnacle, which means the opposite of what the first challenge was. So they meet somebody here with one of the same propensities, but the person's a help rather than a detriment to their life. So I'm just trying to give people the idea of how these things flow from one to the other.